one day. Well, welcome back to Hitmen Canada's Brotherhood of the Hunt. I'm Anthony Dixon. I'm filling in for Steve and Jackie this week while they're up on their moose hunt in the northern Ontario. This week we're going to have a look at my Ontario spring bear hunt with Paul Delpino at Ontario Black Bear Adventures. So we're just getting underway here. We're heading to Dog Lake Resort in northwestern Ontario, up near Thunder Bay. We're fortunate enough to have the outfitter Paul Delpino, owner of Dog Lake Resort, invite us up to do a nice bear hunt. They've killed some really nice bears out of that camp. I've been familiar with the camp for close to 20 years, and it's a beautiful resort. So we're really excited to get up there, and the guide Ron Phillips, who'd been doing a lot of the baiting, he said that the baits are being hammered pretty good. Well, we're on the plane, and we're off to Thunder Bay. Well, Thunder Bay, made it this far. Now we just hope that our luggage did the same thing. Well, we drove to Pearson International Airport in Toronto. We got on the flight. It was uneventful, which is what I like. We were met in Thunder Bay by our guide, Ron Phillips, who drove us to the camp, and we started our adventure. Now we're going to go up and introduce ourselves to Paul.
Dog Lake Resort. What was the drive? Guess you guys made it in. Nice to have you. I guess we're going to get you settled in here. You know, I'm going to bring you into the lodge here and show you a few things. Well, this is Ron, guide extraordinaire, and Justin and Sarah. They're up from the Dakotas there doing a little bear hunting. Of course, Justin's already tagged out, and Sarah's happy to hear that because she has him all to herself now. Here's the extraordinary staff.
Good morning. How's everybody this morning?
We just finished up thin pancakes. I know you can't smell it on the camera, but boy, if you could, oh yeah. So this one's cabin 9, basically seats 12. Look at the view here. This is pretty much looking straight north of Walberg Bay. This covered porch. Excellent for the evenings, just to hang out. And you'll notice, I'm pretty fortunate here. There isn't a ton of bugs. You'll notice no screened porches, and I just really don't need them. So, the cabin here, you're good to go. And once again, you know, welcome, and we're probably looking at dinner being served in about 30 minutes, so we'll give you time to get things ready, and we'll see you up top.
Brotherhood of the Hunt is brought to you by the following sponsors: Triggers and Bows, Hypnos, Sport Chief, Alton Safe Outdoors, Novacraft Canoe, PSC Archery, and all of these fine sponsors.
This portion of Hitmen Canada is brought to you by Triggers and Bows. Triggers and Bows is a family-owned business in Brantford, Ontario. Visit Triggers and Bows for all your gun, archery, and accessory needs. Also visit them online at triggersandbows.com.
just got a short orientation. I always run all the hunters through this. First and foremost, we don't shoot sows with cubs. No cubs with this camera. Shots, we're looking at quartering away is good, right? Double long heart. We're gonna get an opportunity here. It's just a matter of kind of waiting and being patient.
So I just want to take a few shots with my bow and make sure that it's going to be okay. It hasn't been bumped around in flight and sight's knocked off or something. So when we got to the stand, Ron took us in. It was a really nice spot. The first thing that struck me was it's nice and close for a good, accurate shot. Was going to be quite an intense situation when we got a bear in there because it was going to be so close. We were in our stand for about an hour and the rain started. And as you can see, it's raining pretty good there for a while. We're sitting there for about another hour in the rain, getting soaked, and all of a sudden, I see a movement right behind the bait. It's a bear. It's coming to us, very apprehensive. So the bear, all of a sudden, it's looking at us, sitting there, looking straight up at us. He turns around like he's going to go to the bait, and he bolts. He goes out behind the bait, and he's up on the hillside. The whole time, about 15 minutes, we've got to sit there, absolutely motionless. And all of a sudden, it decides it's going to come down, it comes back around, and comes back into the bait site.
All right, good.
He come back in, he settled in, got into the bait barrel, and that's when I got ready for the shot.
That was a hard quartering away shot, but it was the only shot I was going to get because he was heading towards the water. I think I got up through and into both lungs.
The shot looked great, but because we didn't hear a death moan, we sat in the stand for a good while and let it calm down. And then we decided that the best thing to do was to talk to Ron, our guide, and see what he thought about retrieving the bear. Ron's idea, and I agreed with him, was that we should retrieve the bear in the morning. There was nothing that was going to bother it, and it was really thick bush. It would have been tough to find it. So we're going to take a quick commercial break. Stick with us. When we come back, we'll go and find my bear.
Hey guys, if there's any product you see on the show that you'd like to purchase, head over to Canadian Outdoor Warehouse. It's an online store, fast service, good prices, and monthly specials. You won't be disappointed. This episode brought to you by Sports Chief, the ultimate in outdoor apparel. Closed captioning brought to you by Tetrapod, the only enclosed trailer that flips into a boat.
Yeah, you won't need that for a bit. Yeah, we always got it.
Just before the break, you saw me shoot a nice bear with my bow. Now it's first thing in the morning. We're going to go out and retrieve that bear. Oh, is she tackling the bear? Is that what
Yeah.
We love it when you do that.
Yeah? Yeah, we'll bring the sled.
So here's the front half of the arrow, and I think what's happened is that it entered here and come out here and was hanging down and broke off when he jumped over this stuff here. The back half of the arrow I found just inside the trees last night, the back third, and it was totally covered in blood. So I believe what's happened is that this has probably been washed off overnight or whatever, but it went right through and then it was broken off this way. Yep. So. That arrow run was just, that back half of it was just, that was laying here. They probably pulled it off the bait and drug it up here or something.
Yeah, I don't recognize that.
It was already here.
Some blood there?
That's what I'm saying, yeah. Looks like it.
Maybe.
Yeah, that's it. Whew.
You got him.
Stiff as a board.
Yep.
See, that's where he come out. I thought that's where it would come out. Thoughts were correct as far as my angle.
Bear down!
Yo!
Where'd you go? Hey.
Thanks, buddy.
Yeah, no problem.
Appreciate you.
You're welcome.
Yeah, it wasn't the largest bear I've ever shot. I've shot bigger bears, but the fact that we wanted to bring you folks some action, as well as the fact that we had 2 tags. So we've got 1 bear down and 1 tag to go, and lots of time in our hunt to do it. Well, we're heading out to do a little bit of walleye fishing. One of the other awesome things that Dog Lake has to offer is top-notch pike and walleye fishing, as well as some bass too. Back here where we are in this little creek, it takes a skilled guide because the channel zigzags back and forth, and he's got the proper equipment to get you back in there where these fish are. Missing it. And 3/4, so he's perfect for the wild, for the project. There you go, that's a beautiful smallmouth no matter where you go in the world.
Ron, heat her up, heat her up. Hold horse. Easy. Oh, it's a big one. Oh. Don't let it get under the boat, don't let it get under. He was bringing that. No. That's the leaf. Oh, I love it. Look at that. Oh, you snagged it. Let it go. All right, we got it.
Well, we had a great day of fishing with Paul and the guys. We had some great walleye fishing, great bass fishing. Right after the break, we'll jump into bear number 2. Stay tuned.
This segment of Brotherhood of the Hunt is brought to you by Portable Winch, Valley Calls, Trail Runners Labradors, and NJ Telecommunications.
This portion of Hitman Canada is brought to you by Triggers and Bows. Triggers and Bows is a family-owned business in Brantford, Ontario. Visit Triggers and Bows for all your gun, archery, and accessory needs. Also visit them online at triggersandbows.com.
So it's the last day of the hunt, last afternoon. Tomorrow we leave for the airport bright and early. So we're going to go out and we're going to hit that bait that we hit yesterday, where there was the aggressive bear. It was kind of, it was one of these deals where the bear was acting in a manner that led us to believe that there's more than one bear in there, and there could be a good boar in there. Plus there was some pretty good sized droppings. So we're going to go and hit that bait for our last night, and we're hoping, it looks promising, we're hoping that we'll take something tonight. So we'd been there a little while, and I hear there's a creek running down below on the left hand side of the valley, and I can hear something coming through the creek. And then I hear a grunting sound. Whoa, whoa. It sounded like a moose. I thought it was a young moose, but I couldn't understand why he'd be grunting at that time of the year. He came back around behind us, and I could see that it was the bear. And if you listen closely, you can hear the bear grunting as he goes to the bait. He didn't give us a lot of time for pre-roll on him. We apologize for that, but he came right into the bait. As soon as he got his head in that can, I knew I needed to take that shot.
It sounded just like a moose grunt. He was whoa, whoa, the whole way around. It was a decent bear, not a monster, but it's our last night, so we were happy to take him. I'm keeping it down for a little bit. When we get down, I'll let you have a look at him.
Well, here he is. Couldn't be happier, you know. He's a nice boar, 250, 300 pounds, maybe probably closer to 250. Very clean, beautiful hide. Last evening of the hunt, we've got 2 bears in 4 days. I'm pretty happy with that. Didn't see a thing.
Nothing came in at all.
No, I didn't see nothing.
Nothing came in.
No, nothing but that bear that's in the back.
No way.
Yes, sir. Well, we're wrapping it up here. We're leaving the wee hours of the morning to get back on the plane and head back home to Southern Ontario. I just want to take a minute to thank Paul for everything you did. It was great.
My pleasure.
Ron for your bear guiding expertise. And Jim for taking us out fishing. And we had a great time fishing. And I'm going to take those 4 walleye home and have a beautiful feed with my wife. Well, that was a great hunt with Paul Del Pino and Ron Phillips at Black Bear Adventures. Thanks a bunch, guys. I'm really happy with both my bears. Thanks for watching Hitmen Canada's Brotherhood of the Hunt. Join us next week for another great episode. And remember, we are all Canadian all the time.
Have you ever dreamt about being part of a real Canadian hunting show? This is your opportunity to be part of the Brotherhood of the Hunt. Give Steve and Jackie a shout at info@brotherhoodofthehunt.com.